Welcome to sunny Florida, where the water's blue, the sky is also blue, and the people are... My name is Lieutenant Gary Aswalt, and this is a tour of all the new Call of Duty maps. You guys know the drill by now. First is Bait, a 6v6 map fitting right in on the roster of maps cooked on a low-medium heat. But fitting for its location, it plays a little bit shorter and fatter than usual, meaning you'll run into the other team off spawn a bit faster than you might think. One side of the map is defined as the fun side, with a waterfront view and the illusion of a small dock beneath that you're supposed to fight in and over. That is, if you don't opt to just run across the tiki huts instead. And that makes the other end, by contrast, the boring end, where the only eye candy comes in the form of a beautiful new shipping crate model that is just starting to get me thinking a certain kind of way again. Now, Call of Duty maps in general are all made up of smaller arenas that are built to create interesting engagements between players, and each one is kind of strung together by less important areas like hallways and sidewalks. Kind of like how a salad is full of delicious bacon bits and stale bread held together by boring lettuce. Yuck! But unlike other maps in the game where the lines between what is an arena and a flyover state is kind of blurred, Bait instead opts to divide the map up pretty definitively, so it's never in question whether or not you should be in a gunfight right now or just getting your steps in. Sometimes the arenas are just completely different buildings, like the bait and tackle shop that also sells ice cream, or the ice cream shop that doesn't also sell bait and tackle. They're gonna be going out of business soon. Or it divides its areas up with differences in height, like the water being the lowest, then up to the jetty, then the boardwalk, and finally the loading docks, making the whole map feel like a big staircase to stumble down. Or it splits things up with straight up walls that you need to either go around or tunnel under, like this one that acts as one of the center boathouse's 5 different entryways. By the way, how do you actually get a boat like this in and out of here? Like I'm not a boat guy, so do you just like lift it through the window, or do you have to build it inside? But enough of that dumb gameplay and design theory stuff. You've been sweating for months. You deserve a break. And what better place to go on a little vacay than coastal Florida? Come and take a tiki tour with the one and only Captain Camo as soon as we find him. Or grab a bite to eat in Catch of the Day Restaurant and Bar, which has won Florida Informer's Worst Use of Space Award for 3 years in a row. Like water? Then check out the 12 cubic feet of swimming area available, despite being located right here on the canal, because the rest is located within the yacht club premises, just out of bounds of normal pee-peons like you and me. Pee-peons isn't a typo, by the way. It actually means those who pee in pools. And before you go, make sure to get your picture taken with our iconic and scenic view. Say cheese! No need to adjust your monitor settings. You've just developed sudden cataracts. So take a shot in the eye and join us in MW3's other newest MP map, Yard. Now, before addressing the cartoonishly large elephant in the room, let's just talk about the map's layout first. It's what I would describe as lumpy. You know, just look at that thing. It's got lanes, but it also has huge jagged tumors popping out of those lanes, providing a few safe spawns on a pretty small sized map and a couple of areas to dominate. Almost like it's a classic pre-Adderalled out Call of Duty game from before doubling back in your own footsteps was ever considered not funkalicious, Mandango. Man, we had some weird slang back then. In the middle, you'll find the base of a crane around which the rest of the map ignores, and instead, everyone converges right outside of it, in an intersection created by the garage and the pathway that crosses it, an area that the game cleverly calls Har. As you explore, look out for arrows guiding you to jump over things, like the cliffs in Spawn, this walkway in the middle, and the barricade by the portrait that I had commissioned for my ex-wife before she ghosted me for 3 seasons. Only real G-Aswalt fans are gonna get that one. Okay, now we're gonna talk about the look. Obviously, it's cel-shaded, making it the first non-LTM map in the game that doesn't really fit into our world. Like a millennial's dog that isn't just named after another animal, a food, or both. And for some, that makes this map a bit of a lumpy pill to swallow, especially when taken in the same gulp as 2 reskins to Rust and Shipment, also placing them in this alternate anime reality. With the one other tangible addition to this season's update being a strange minigame-based mode that nobody stays in long enough to even find out if it's good or not. Now combine that with the complete and utter fatigue at the number of interchangeable new weapons, disappearing game modes, and free gifts that are just designed to get you to scroll through the store real quick, and I'm just tired, man. Oh, but don't forget there's a cel-shaded stash house coming at the mid-season 2. Oh, thank goodness. By the way, though, for the record, CelShip is much better than the Shippression shipment that we've had for the last 7 months or so. Now, please don't get me wrong, though. The whole cel-shaded thing is interesting, I guess, and it gave me a quick burst of yo energy when it was first announced, but it really hasn't done anything for me after the first game or 2, and I can't help but feel like we've lost the plot somewhere along the way. Like, this is how the game started, and now this is how the game currently is today, and we're not even done. Despite the next game's beta releasing in only a month, there's still 1 more season left to this game, and I have no idea what they're gonna do next to try topping this. Like a black and white noir film map, or a playlist of mirrored variants, or maybe they could do one where we're all like tiny army men playing in a giant sandbox. That would be, And that's where I'll end today's tour. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, check out the last one we did on Incline, aka the most forgotten DLC map in the game. And everyone else can exit through the gift shop, where we're upselling scalped tickets to the Borderlands movie.